This video shows how to trigger auxiliary lights to come on with your Highbeams. It assumes you already have a SwitchPros unit installed and your lights are already connected to it. If you need a video for how to install a SwitchPros unit, click on the tag here. This is a super handy feature that I wish I would have done right away, and it really helps to quickly toggle any lights on or off. All right, here's our fuse box under the hood. So we've got a couple of fuse taps in here already. This one goes into the ignition. This one is connected to the white wire, and that is into one of the headlight fuses. This slot and this slot right here are for your right and your left low beams. These two fuses right here are for your right and your left high beams. So we're going to tap into this guy right here. Take that 15 amp fuse out of one of the high beam slots and put it into the lower position on your fuse tap. And the upper one, you'll need a 5 amp fuse. And this is what will trigger the wire on the SwitchPros unit. The pink wire is one of the trigger wires. If you followed my original install video, you rolled this up and tucked it into your fuse box, but now it's time to use it. Measure the pink wire so that it can connect into your fuse tap with a little bit of slack. Strip the insulation, twist the wires, put it into the fuse tap, and crimp it. Now you have your pink trigger wire connected to the fuse for your Highbeams. The next step is to tell the SwitchPros unit what to turn on when it senses there's power to your Highbeams. Okay, open up the app on your phone. SwitchPros people, if you ever watch this, please make a better app that doesn't have to load everything in between these pages. Okay, select Settings, scroll down to External Trigger Setup. Okay, this is your external trigger control and outputs page. The pink wire is trigger number 1, and you can see right now it's disabled. We're going to select that and then select Enabled. Each trigger allows you to connect up to 4 outputs. I'm just going to connect my light bar into output number 1. I need to know what switch that is to put into here. My light bar is switch 7, so I'm going to select switch 7. Okay, now you're done. Scroll down to the bottom and click Exit, and then you can exit the app. Okay, time to test it. Flick on the Highbeams, and you can see the light bar, switch number 7 is illuminated, and the Highbeams are on. It may depend on your local laws, but technically you're not supposed to use high-powered off-road lights in an on-road setting. So you may want to temporarily disable this trigger input to switch between street driving and off-road driving. To do this, press and hold the programming switch and press switch 7. This will allow your Highbeams to function just like normal and not trigger anything else to come back on. To turn it back on, press and hold the programming switch and press switch 7 again. This is a super handy feature. I use my light bar all the time, and having it connected to my Highbeams like this allows me to keep my hands on the wheel, and I can turn it off and on really quickly. Especially if there's oncoming traffic coming around a blind corner, I can cut my light bar instantly. And it's also easy to turn this feature on and off for switching between off-road and street driving.